finally, somebody has come to stand up to big conservatives. Big con. And the hero is here. Steven Crowder is now using our talking points from 2016. The time has come. Okay, so Steven Crowder apparently was trying to leave YouTube, which don't blame him. And he was, I guess, looking for different offers. And now he's not going to say, by the way, it's not The Blaze, because he explicitly says it's not The Blaze. But it's a Daily Wire. But
everyone's saying it's
the Daily Wire because they're the only.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Nobody has given me a convincing argument as to why it's the Daily Wire until Royce came up with his today, and I was like, oh, okay.
Every like Breitbart and The Blaze and all of these mini and bigger conservative, like, you know, either podcasting sites or news things or whatever, have written a story about this Crowder thing, except for the Daily Wire. Unless I've missed it, but I looked.
That's strange.
That's weird, right? Like everybody
That's
would.
strange.
So, Crowder, he's here to fight like hell.
Now exists to begin with. It's been a while.
I want you to keep your eyes peeled, Royce, for how fucking jacked up on Adderall he is.
Okay.
Either this has to stop, or I'm going to have to stop.
Here we go. Griff number. We've been covering him since the beginning, pretty much. And this is
how many times does he threaten to quit? Once a year, right?
This is Griff number 5. Well, how many years have we had a show? That's how many years it's happened.
But he does it annually, and it's always right at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year.
Well, it's usually right after he comes back with his little vacation from Christmas because he took a hit for taking a month off.
Well, no, remember, 2 of the I'm going away were during Christmas.
Yeah, good point.
And it was like, will he or won't he? And he knew he was coming back. You know what I mean?
Either this one,
he does this once a year.
I'm about to discuss has to stop, or I don't know. This may just not be for me anymore. So
he's doing the I'm going to take my ball and go home. You're not going anywhere, Steve. Your dad won't let you. But your boss won't let you. Whatever. Same guy.
This is not for me anymore. He's done this, guys. He's done this a million times, all the time. He don't fall for this, guys. Don't fall for this. The reason when I saw much of this video, what I said was like, so wait a second. Now Crowder is saying the things about like Daily Wire, for example, that we were saying about him when he was doing the same thing, right? But when we did that, his fans said that we were haters and that we were jealous. And now Crowder is basically saying the exact same thing.
They were right, and I was in on it for a while.
Right. The difference between us, Crowder, is that we were never in on it, okay? We've always been our own fucking
We've always been Joker burning the money. It's more fun.
Yeah. A month later, but
it's more fun because of the look on your dumb faces every time we do it. You meaning the Crowders, not the audience. It's about the dumb look on their faces whenever they're like, I can't believe they're doing this. Why are they trying to destroy the conservative right? Because you're all fucking gatekeeping lying faggots. That's why.
Let me explain. Give me a few minutes of your time because context
27 minutes.
Context matters here. I ask that you don't skip ahead.
Buddy,
because I need to keep that engagement up.
Let me explain something to you. There is no way I'm going 27 minutes into a Crowder video without skipping ahead a little bit.
Won't take very long.
27 minutes.
This has been a long time coming.
I'm as likely to last 27 minutes in this video as I would last 27 minutes with your wife.
Yeah.
This is a conversation that I've actively avoided, sidestepped, and I've hoped.
Why have you actively avoided and sidestepped this? If there's such great deception going on, and these people are out fucking everybody and gatekeeping, why would you go to such great lengths?
And if it's still that bad, right? Why aren't you naming names? Because that's what bothered me. What bothered me is that he says it here in a second. He goes, "I'm not going to name names." So you're going to sit there. You're going to shit on, probably rightfully so. I'm sure they fucked him.
Oh, yeah, the contract's gross, and the people that he's dealing with are gross. But when he holds a contract up and goes, I don't want to have to name names. I want you guys to come correct. This is all a negotiation tactic.
Well,
this is all just extortion.
And speculation also pushes the algorithm because you have more people tweeting trying to guess who it is. It's all an algorithm game. I mean, look, you could say what you want, but one of the kings of the algorithm game is Tim Pool, right? Like, he'll be the first one to admit it. He's one of the kings of the fucking algorithm game.
Can I tell you why I disagree with you though?
Okay.
If he was playing an algorithm game, it would end with him eventually revealing who it is. He's never going to tell us.
Right, because I think he says in this video you're hearing in a second here, like,
this is a negotiation. He's literally holding the contract up at some point and going, "Don't make me do this. Don't make me do this. We could all go about this the right way." It's a mafia tactic. It's literally like, "Hey, listen, why don't we could all be gentlemen about this. Nobody has to get hurt." It's
kind of like in the middle of like when Marvel was really blowing up, and they didn't offer Samuel L. Jackson enough money, so he had his press agent release saying, "Well, Samuel L. Jackson unfortunately is not going to be playing Nick Fury anymore."
And they're like, whoa.
And then of course they gave him all the money he wanted in a Disney Plus show to boot, just to make sure he'd stay. So it's the same thing. And Howard Stern is the king of this. Here's another one. The king of this is Howard Stern. How many times did Howard Stern go, "I might go to podcasting. I might not re-sign with Sirius"? He always did that, and he always re-signed. So for all you,
and then Opie would do the same thing, except nobody cared.
Yeah.
Every year he'd do fucking Anthony still bitches about that to this day. 5-year deal they were offering us. Take the fucking deal.
So I don't understand why. I know why he does this, but again, the thing is that we've always gotten shit for this, you know, and sometimes rightfully so, and sometimes we've been right. But we've always gotten shit for calling these people out, and then everyone's saying like, "Oh, you don't pass everyone has to pass a purity test and this and that." But the problem is with people like us, when we assume most of these people are assholes, 90% of the time we're right, and that's just how it's been going, right? Conservative Inc. is exactly what big. By the way, a big con. It's time to stop big con. Okay, fuck off. Because you were part of that. So now
he's still part of it.
No. I know.
This is all just he didn't like his cut.
But here's what happened with Crowder. Crowder's now going to say he's going to start his own streaming network. Crowder, you already had your own streaming network. You had CRTV. That was yours. And what you did was you gave up that freedom to go sign with a big conglomerate. Now, that big conglomerate is told you got to leave. Now you're trying to go to another one, and they're not giving you the deal you think you deserve. Now here's the way it goes, though. If you don't like this is all selfish and self-serving, and I think that's the problem with Crowder, and that's why he loses a lot of people. This isn't because he's trying to fix the conservative movement or get somebody elected. This is because somebody fucked him personally. This is because somebody fucked him personally.
Yeah, and not even personally, but he doesn't like his cut.
Yeah.
It's all it comes down to. We did a heist. You told me I was getting a certain cut. This was not my cut. And now I'm going to start naming names. He's never going to name names. And now what I hate about this is, fine, he's extorting whoever, the Daily Wire or whoever it is. I said on Nightwave last night, one of the only things I agree with Nick Fuentes on is that crime is based. Extortion is based. If you can get away with it, it's based. So if he's trying to extort the Daily Wire or whoever it is, that's totally based, in my opinion. What I don't like is that you're trying to extort them, but in the same breath and in the same video, try to present yourself like the big reveal is coming. Like, I'm going to name names. Or, and he's never going to protect the people he's claiming on video to be protecting. Like, I'm doing this for you. That's the part I don't like. If he just went on here, held up the contract and was like, "You want me to start naming names, huh? You want me to start telling everybody how you fucking do business behind the scenes, you little rat fuck?" And didn't go, "Guys, I'm fighting for you. Go to stopbigcon.com."
Right.
Just pick one. If he was just like vague, like throwing veiled threats and holding up the contract and being like, "Maybe I got the unredacted version. Maybe we play that fucking game," then I'd actually have some respect for Crowder. I'd be like, "Oh, snap. My man is extorting these niggas. Good for him." But he's trying to be two things at once, and some of these dumb boomers are going to eat it up.
You can't be stopbigcon.com, but the next week have Jordan Peterson on because he's part of that. That's the issue. Big Con, see, the difference is that for Mersh and I is a great example. We have a big umbrella of people that fall into that big conservative movement. It's more people than there is less people, right? when it comes to Crowder, Big Con to Crowder are only the people that aren't nice to him. He'll still have fucking Charlie Kirk on, who's part of Big Con. He'll still have every other daily. He'll still have Matt Walsh on, who's part of Daily Wire's Big Con. He'll still have him on. He doesn't fucking care. He's not fighting Big Con. He's just, you know what he's mad about? He's mad that he didn't get look, if all of these people that have been doing this for other people would have paid him the percentage he wanted, he would be sitting there right now being part of Big Con like everybody else. The difference is he didn't get his fucking cut. So he took out his Underwood fucking typewriter and typed up a letter is what he did. He's doing, this is exactly from fucking House of Cards, right? He typed up a letter.
Yeah, he's Maury from Goodfellas.
Exactly.
Oh, Jimmy, I want my fucking money. What do I look like? A fucking schmuck on wheels?
Yeah.
I could have dropped a dime 100 times.
And this is what he's doing.
Crowder's wigs never come off.
Neither do Crowder's.
That's what I said. I said Crowder's wigs.
Oh, I'm sorry, broke. I apologize. It Zoom sometimes farts. Yeah, okay. Here you are.
Be necessary.
I thought you said Murray's wigs.
Behind the scenes for a long while, but that's no longer possible. So,
why?
If you've watched for the last decade, you know that I've always made it clear that we here at Mug Club are in the business of
giving you the business. And let me tell you, business is booming.
Business is booming.
Serving you. The viewer, you watching, listening right now. I've also made it clear that I wouldn't be in the business of attacking other conservatives, regardless of disagreements or personal issues.
But here you are attacking another, just because you're not naming their names doesn't mean you're not attacking other conservatives, because now you are. See, the difference is we've always been open to attacking other conservatives because some of you are phony. And what Mersh and I have been saying for years was no fucking quality control with you people. There's zero. There's none. You let all these fucking hucksters come in, and before you know it, you have Tom McDonald's coming into the world, who, by the way, told Rolling Stones that Kyle Rittenhouse, we shouldn't be uplifting Kyle Rittenhouse for fucking defending himself. That other fucking phony. And then we have a bunch of Canadians flooding to America trying to tell me what the Bill of Rights is. Go fuck yourself. You and the fucking moose you root in on. I'm fucking so sick of this. So sick of this.
I've always explained my logic was relatively simple. I believe that the world was better with more voices out there rather than less, regardless of minute differences, considering the magnitude of...
Stephen, it's irregardless?
Yeah, Stephen. Read a book. Have you not gotten Lex Friedman's summer reading list?
Battle that we are genuinely fighting for our country right now. But
no, we're not. We lost a long time ago. The difference is Mersh and I were just ahead of the curve. That's all. We knew we lost a long time ago.
For the first time, I have to say that I believe many of those in charge in the right-leaning media are actually at odds with what's best for you, the viewer.
Sounds like he's going to cry.
The customer, and more importantly, the country.
Congratulations. Welcome to what we were saying 6 years ago. Wow, bud. Real brave. Crowder was real brave. Once a bunch of people started doing this, then he was like, you know what? My turn.
It's really
I'm going to go out. I'm counter culture. I'll have you know.
I despise this man.
This is so phony. And by the way, customers. He called them customers. Shut up. Shut up.
We here at Mug Club, we thought that we were all in this together, that we were fighting the media.
Well, except for Not Gay Jared, who you made sign an NDA. Except for that
guy.
And
you're like, wow, we all here at Mug Club, 10 years ago, we all thought, nobody's there from 10 years ago except your dad. There's nobody left.
You know what I've noticed, Immersion? This is something I guess we've never really...
There's nobody there from 5 years ago, you fucking asshole. You don't have any friends.
Everybody plays all these little games, and it's like, since all these little conservative people are all kind of intertwined, like everybody does a show with somebody who's on another show who does a show with... You know what I'm saying? Like, it's this long thing. When you, like, guys like us that have been going after these people, you've seen it, Mersh. We've seen it happen to both of us, you know? You get a little ostracized when you meet new people, right? Because you'll always be like, oh, yeah, those are the guys that talk shit about Crowder. Yeah, those are the guys that talk shit about blah, blah, blah. Those are the guys. And it's all... And you can tell that a lot of these people even agree with us, but nobody wants to fucking say anything because everybody wants to keep their little fucking options open, and everybody wants to be able to always be like, I don't care about that, man. I want to do my show. And honestly, Mersh and I... Rarely even like having guests on. There's a couple people we fucking love having on, and don't get me wrong, they're great. But for the most part, Mersh and I, to quote JJ, we just want to do our show, man. And that's pretty much it for us. I don't want to have to pay 500 3D chess with some of these fucking assholes. It's boring. It's annoying. For what? For them to turn on each other every 2 seconds? Because it's all that happens.
It's fun watching the crack show, though, because it's like, you know, it's like the thing I've been saying forever. It's like, I knew you guys never liked each other. None of you guys ever liked each other. And now it's all coming to the surface that you never liked each other. This was all make-believe. You were one of the gatekeepers, too.
Yeah, we always said that, like, in the early days, like, when friends of ours and, like, Mersh was losing his Twitter account and all that, like, Crowder wasn't one of those dudes that was fighting for other people to get their accounts back. He wasn't putting his neck out there for other channels. Do you remember? Because what I remember is because Crowder decided to have a little spat with Carlos, what was his name? Carlos Mazza. Somebody just disappeared. Carlos Mazza, that Vox adpocalypse happened to stuff that
did go away, huh?
Yeah, stuff that, his parents are rich. He doesn't need to work. Stuff that same with Crowder, I guess. What was I saying? We got demonetized, and we're still dealing with that today. Because we got demonetized 3 years ago in July, they demonetized our clip channel, which was perfectly clean because it was attached to it, because every fight that Crowder had represented everybody else, and we all fucking paid. And look, I'm not saying that Crowder's the only reason we got demonetized. I'm sure we would have been demonetized no matter what. But my whole point is that Crowder was, you were at a point the head of this movement, weren't you? You were the guy. And the truth is, and I think anybody who's paying attention were to go, people aren't talking about Crowder like they used to. Am I wrong?
Not really.
Crowder used to be like, you would see his Change My Minds would literally pop up in your algorithms like all the time on Facebook, on Twitter, on everything. And now not as much. You notice that?
Dude, it's like the Ben Shapiro debates. You used to see him everywhere, like it destroys, owns, da-da-da. People were like pushing it everywhere. Now you don't, now everyone hates him.
I think he also just doesn't go anywhere anymore. Like he just does a show in his studio. It's easier.
Yeah.
Big Tech is in bed with Big Con.
We know.
Yeah, we know.
Holy fuck.
Are you
late to the game?
Are you joking?
Steven, are you fucking serious right now?
Are you joking right now?
How does anybody take this guy seriously? I tweeted out a joke tweet from this video, and I was like, he needs to do 3 things to redeem himself. Number 1, name names. Number 2, hire back Not Gay Jared. And number 3, and I said, and most importantly, and I put it in all caps, stop doing cringe parody songs. I had a bunch of people replying, go, I agree with 1 and 2, but I actually like his parody. I was like, oh my God. And it was all the people that said they liked his parody songs had names like MAGA Grandma and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. It's Thunderstruck, except it's about Obama. Oh, God.
Patriot Trucker 48.
Exactly.
The people you thought, the people I thought were fighting for you, a lot of it has been a Big Con.
We know. You're part of it.
You were in on it, and you just don't like your cut now, buddy. That's all this is.
Holy fuck, that's the only way to phrase this. You were in on it, and you just didn't like the amount of money you had.
I know we haven't watched the entire thing yet, but if halfway through it, he goes, and also, I'd like to tell you guys this story called The Machine.
Oh,
Bert
no,
Kreischer
he better not. He better not.
We ain't even going to get halfway through this thing. It's a long-ass video.
2 minutes.
So bad.
We've gotten 2 minutes in.
Now, I'm specifically avoiding naming names or going...
Ben Shapiro, Daily Wire.
He's specifically avoiding naming names or going after people because that would have consequences.
Don't worry. One of the top comments is from Tim Poole. Crowder is right about everything.
I hate these people.
After individuals.
Keep kissing ass is the only way you make it.
In this video, because I genuinely hope that those I'm addressing, and you know who you are.
Ben Shapiro, Daily Wire.
Have a change of heart. It's never too late to do the right thing. Guys, this is a genuine plea. We can all do better. We can.
Is he doing the speech at the end of the fucking Captain America Winter Soldier one?
Do
better.
So.
Oh, what are you, Anthony Mackie? Fucking
if I could change.
Stop. Oh my God,
you could change.
Oh my God.
can all do better. It doesn't have to be this way. And
I'm out of order. You're out of order. This whole court. Wait, Steven,
you're breaking my heart, Anakin. What? That's Star Wars. I'm sure that's when Star Wars.
Don't make
say hello to my little friend.
Me have to provide receipts.
He's got to provide receipts.
To the others out there who have now been able to verify, have been locked into exploitative contracts that I have.
I just wanted to point out, I was looking this up because obviously, like, I wanted to learn a little more about it. And Royce said Daily Wire. A few other people think it's Daily Wire for another reason. If you look at this, he's going to show like redacted screenshots.
Yeah.
If you look at the length of what's redacted, it seems like only something that long would be the Daily Wire.
Yeah, it's the internet. But people will figure that out.
Yeah.
But it is, but locked into exploitive contracts. But look, I am not defending Daily Wire. I think they're evil. And I mean that. We've said that. I think they're fucking evil. That being said, and I'm not even saying everybody that works here is evil because that's not fair, but I think that as an
all of them, every single one,
as an organization,
even the UPS guy that drops off the mail there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I just Daily Wire is under no obligation to give you the deal that you want, Crowder. That's how business works. You know that, right?
You should see this contract though. It's wild.
Oh, no. I haven't seen I haven't read it. I've heard his explanation. Why does he? Yeah, here it is. Here it is. I got it. Here you go.
It was made very clear to me in no uncertain terms. This is what's sent out to everybody.
Is it something crazy like you do the work but don't get paid till a month later?
A month? God, that'd be sweet.
And then if you get a strike, meaning a suspension,
that tension was real fucking awkward.
Yeah, I felt uncomfortable.
As a reminder, YouTube still owes us like $5,000. Nobody's ever forgotten that, YouTube. I sometimes wake up thinking about that you owe me $5,000.
And if you get a strike, meaning a suspension, another 20%.
Okay, so wait. All right, so reduction of fee from lost revenue from boycotts, content strikes, or bans from major social media platforms. A, ad drop. If Crowder is boycotted or dropped by more than 50% of his then extent advertised partners, that is 50% of revenue from those partners, and the company is not able to replace them within 90 days, then the fee will be reduced by 25% until such time the ad revenue has been restored. So if Crowder gets boycotted for doing his show, let's not use Crowder because I don't want to defend Crowder.
Whatever boycott Crowder.
Yeah. Let's do this. If employee, let's just use employee because I agree with you. This is insane. If an employee of the Daily Wire, I'm going to say the Daily Wire. If I'm wrong, whatever. I don't care. Fuck off. I'm going to say I'm assuming this is the Daily Wire. If they get boycotted, which, by the way, is something you can't control, right? Like, you cannot control that. There's no way to know what the next thing that people are going to boycott about, right? Mm-hmm. And they lose their sponsor, and they...
Remember when it was Goya beans?
Yes. And they, in 90 days, cannot replace it. You lose money. Now, B, content strike. Something that if you've been on YouTube, by the way, you know you can't control this, okay? We got a strike for bullying a dead Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, you'll get them for such arbitrary reasons and lose an appeal that you can't predict this. Mm-hmm. Now, the reason this is the reason this is relevant is because whoever wrote this contract is doing one of those deals like a lot of these people are doing where they're basically buying your YouTube channel.
Yes. And
keeping everything. So that's why they're like, oh, well, if you fuck up the channel, then, you know, that hurts it for us. So it's like, it's this whole like business model is weird to me because I wouldn't want to buy anybody's YouTube channel anyway and like have them run it because I wouldn't want to be out that money. So this is just a dumb contract idea in the first place.
Well, the last one is nuts because I skipped over content strike because that's the same thing. If you get a content strike, you lose 25% of your income, right? But the ban, this one's nuts. If Crowder content cannot be released on any of the major platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, because of Crowder's content being banned from these platforms, then the fee will be reduced by 1, YouTube 20%, Apple Podcasts 20%, Facebook 10%, Spotify. Again, that's not something you could control.
Yeah, especially when these guys can call each other and wipe somebody out like Alex Jones in a day.
So basically, here's what really happened. Crowder had this contract given to him. Crowder said, I'm not going to sign it unless you remove Amendment 13 is what it seems to be, right? Unless
no, this isn't even the worst of it.
No. I know. I'm sorry. You're misunderstanding me. I'm gonna keep going. I'm just saying.
Where do you see the penalty clauses?
Yeah.
Missing shows.
I wasn't being specific to this one. I was just giving you an example.
No, I know what you're saying.
Crowder basically said, if you don't remove all these elements that I don't like from the contract, right, then I'm not signing. And they said, well, we're not removing. And he goes, if you don't remove it, I'm going to tell people you're doing this. Is basically where we're at right now in this process.
Now he's hinting he's going to do it so that they come to him quietly and give him what he wants. It's very quick that he shows it on screen. You got to go back. It's close to this. It's closer to this. When then you see I saw some white there.
That's where we're at already.
Oh, okay. And then there's a little bit more that he shows very briefly. God, where is it? I can pull it up. I can find it.
It's fine. I'll find it. It's not a big deal.
Basically, I can break it down. It's if you miss a fucking daily show, you are out something like 10 grand. And then if you miss like a monthly special show, it's like fucking 50 grand. And it was like $1 million if you miss an annual thing. It was weird, dude. It was like
819.
All these crazy stipulations if you fucking don't.
I got it. Thank you, Pessy. Okay, here we go. Okay, oh, these are there's more stuff.
Hold on, 819.
Well, no, that's the merch.
And then
That's the merch stuff.
852 is the fee reduction.
Okay, I'm gonna do 52, but hold on. Let me look at. I haven't seen the merch thing. We'll maintain the exclusive right to create and sell Crowder and Crowder content brand merchandise. All remediation of the whatever these chart. Okay, whatever. Fine. Email list, social media. We'll have the exclusive right to manage. So the Daily Wire will probably have the right to manage and curate and monetize Crowder's official Facebook. Wow, they take everything over. So what?
Also, can I say it might be? Here's another reason I think it's Daily Wire.
Here you go.
They shorten it. They shorten it to DW.
Right. That's what I'm thinking too. So fee reductions. Okay, daily content. If Crowder fails for any reason to deliver 192 episodes, he only has to do 192 episodes a
Royce,
year.
Please don't get mad. Don't get
Mersh. He only has to do how many?
Hey, don't get mad at me. I was the one that wanted to start taking Mondays off.
That's still, that wouldn't even put a dent in that though.
That's true, but we'd be slightly less angry.
Okay,
it must be nice.
If Crowder fails for any reason to deliver 192 episodes of The Daily Show, including any and all ad reads and promo reads approved for deemed satisfactory of the company, $100,000. So monthly, $250,000, $1 million for the annual content. Crowder fails to deliver annual content in any year, including any of the and all reads and promo reads approved and deemed satisfactory by the company, $1 million. Oh my God!
This has to be Benny Boy, right?
Yeah, I mean one of his people.
No, but I mean, it's his company. It's just, and if you don't do this, you have me $1 million.
Till this
this
show
is where he
ends.
announces his network.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Why? Because it's designed for you. It's not designed for the sponsors. If it's 4, 5, 6, 7 sponsors, they're no longer the product. You're the product.
What, 80 and 90 sponsors, bro? It's too many sponsors.
You do like sponsors, Steven.
So we've adapted here. I don't need this. We've been demonetized, and we're not beholden to sponsors who might get boycotted because the sponsors that we have are going to go wherever we go anyway. We know that beyond any shadow of a doubt. That's the luxury of doing business honestly.
Right.
And loyalty.
And NDAs.
But to the kids out there coming up who don't have that luxury, please don't sign these.
Crowder, do not pretend like you care about the kids coming up.
No, he does, bro. His heart is like going out to them.
Do not fucking pretend. Because you don't. You care about Crowder Inc., which is just a smaller subset of Conservative Inc.
And if you go to stopbigcon.com, it literally is just sign up for Mug Club. I swear to God.
He does this all the time.
Go to StopBigCon. Go to StopBigCon.com live on the air right now. Shout out to Davey Crocker who just told me about this. StopBigCon.com and get ready for it, guys.
Cool. You should get signed
That's
up
it.
to the Mug Club.
That's all it is. That's how we're going to stop Big Con, folks. He's not even trying anymore.
Good
He's
job.
not even trying anymore. He's not even hiding it. You know what I mean?